Jurassic World Dominion is directed by Colin Trevarrow.
See? Not so bad.
It's the 6th film in the franchise. Is it any good? Can it sustain? Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Hey guys, Don Martino here, bringing you a review of Jurassic World Dominion. I did just get to see this recently, so let's talk about this film. Little history here for the Jurassic World franchise and myself. I love Jurassic Park. I think it's an absolute masterpiece. The Lost World is good, not nearly as great as the first one directed by Steven Spielberg. I think Jurassic Park 3 is where it kind of fell off for me. I'm not a huge fan of Jurassic Park 3, but Jurassic World, directed by Colin Trevarrow, was a great step up. It is the best since the Jurassic Park movie, the first one, and I really did not like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. That one was not directed by Trevarrow, but Colin Trevarrow is back to direct Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, so I had a lot of high hopes going into this one. I was hoping it was fantastic. Trevarrow is a tremendously talented director and actually somebody I admire a lot, so again, I just had a lot of high hopes going into this film. And this film is trying to bank off Spider-Man No Way Home success in the sense that it's playing on nostalgia. It's bringing back a lot of those original familiar faces that we really love, including Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, and I really love that this is trying to do all of that. I actually think it's really the only way to wrap up the franchise is to bring back all those original faces, those original characters that we love. It's a great way to wrap it all up. And the first time Sam Neill and Laura Dern speak in this movie, it feels like it came right out of a Spielberg film. I really love that scene. I thought it was hands down amazing. Didn't love how they brought in Jeff Goldblum, however. He did just kind of go on a 5-minute diatribe about dinosaurs, not trying to give anything away here, but that's one of the things you'll see in his introduction. And I was like, okay, that fell a little flat for me. As much as I love Jeff Goldblum, and it's not that his acting is bad, actually, the cast in this movie is fantastic all around. I just didn't love his introduction as much. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard have never been an issue in these movies. I think they bring a lot of charisma. A lot of the writing for them is really where I struggled. I did not like the first things we saw of Chris Pratt especially, and you'll kind of see where I'm going with that. Justice Smith is wasted in this movie. He is back, but he's back for a short amount of time. It completely wasted. I didn't love everything we got from him either. I never really was a fan of his character in Fallen Kingdom. I don't think he's a bad actor. It's just so wasted in this, honestly. They really kind of just took his character, did something with it, and said forget it, and then we don't revisit it for the rest of the film. Fallen Kingdom, and spoilers for Fallen Kingdom, had set up something really fantastic. Even though I didn't love the movie, I love what that one was setting up, where dinosaurs are now going to run amok across the world, making it a real Jurassic World. And I was like, wow, that's going to be a great final movie. You get the right director, the right script, it's all going to really work, and it's going to kind of take me back to the roots of Jurassic Park, except now kind of on a larger scale, because now we have dinosaurs going across the world, and you can make a really good type of suspense film out of that, and that's not this movie, unfortunately. The way I look at it, this movie could have just really easily done that. Just make a really great dinosaur suspense film. It's barely a dinosaur movie, so if you're going in to expect a dinosaur movie, that's not what this movie is. It's really more about bugs and competing genetic scientists. If you like that kind of movie, that's Jurassic World Dominion. Bugs and competing genetic scientists. Just make a movie about dinosaurs. I don't know why they had to make a movie about bugs. It makes no sense. Who wants to watch that? Not me. It's ridiculous. This movie stinks, if you can't tell already. I really did not like this film at all, and I think Colin Trevorrow failed tremendously. I like him as a director. I think he's really admirable, but everybody has a bad day at the office, and this one belongs to Colin Trevorrow here. This has some of the most baffling decisions I've ever seen in a summer blockbuster. It's ridiculously bad. A lot of my complaints do kind of go into spoiler territory, so I'll try to sum it up in a non-spoiler way, but you might be confused on why I didn't like this movie without going into some of the spoilers in the film. I mean, there's like a Star Wars type cantina where they sanction dinosaurs in this movie. I don't know why. That was one of the things that really bothered me. It just didn't feel like Jurassic Park to me. It was a very Star Wars like cantina, and I love Star Wars. I mean, I got the posters back there. I love it. You know, I think it's a great franchise, but I don't want it in my Jurassic Park universe. I hate that they kind of continuously try to use Chris Pratt's character as this like badass in the sense that he's like a fighter. I thought that played really ridiculously. When we first met him, he was a dinosaur trainer, and this movie just took it way too over the top with his badassery or whatever you will. I mean, really, he could just do anything. He's invincible at this point. I don't know why they play into that so much. The story of the young lady who's half human, half dinosaur just gets played into way too much in this movie. I thought it was ridiculous in the last film, and they just continued on that path. There's a sequence toward the beginning, you guys will know what I'm talking about, with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard's character that literally felt like it was shot for a straight-to-TV Lifetime film. That's not the type of shooting I want to see in my Jurassic Park movies. I think that does not belong here, and a lot of that stuff could have been really good because it was actually going for some heart, and I understand that, but the way it was shot was like it was a straight-to-TV Lifetime movie. I found a lot of these locations uninteresting too. Some of the locations are good, but for the most part the locations are uninteresting. Nothing like the original Jurassic Park masterpiece, and they're just failing on that level. I think time and time again with these things is location is important. There is one location though I really dug. It's the scene with Bryce Dallas Howard kind of crawling her way through a swamp. Not only did I love that location, I love that scene, and that actually pissed me off a little bit more because the movie showed me that they can actually make a great scene, a scene that's more like the movie I wanted to actually see and not this film. And the fact that they have the capabilities of doing that and threw it in there is ridiculous. To me, that's very upsetting, and this movie actually fell apart in a way that I found to be very embarrassingly bad. Like I said, you have competing genetic scientists. There's one character that's back. I will not reveal the name, but it was ridiculous, the whole plot. I don't think that the writing for the character was good at all. I actually found it ridiculous. I saw this with my good friend Josh, and he and I were just kind of laughing at how terrible the dialogue was throughout the entirety of the movie. I was entertained in that sense, but very disappointed in the sense that we really can't get a Jurassic Park movie that's anywhere near what that original masterpiece was. I actually don't think Colin Trevarrow understands Jurassic Park very well at all and what it is. In the first movie, he actually did well. I thought he kind of brought it back down to the simplicity and had a really good simple plot. What if that amusement park that Dr. Hammond was talking about in the first Jurassic Park came to life? Here, it's just gone all over the place, ridiculous, over the top. There are things that I just can't fathom how they became ideas. Honestly, when I'm watching this movie, I wonder how that became an idea and how anybody thought that was a good idea to put in a Jurassic Park movie. Constantly it happens, and again, I'm going into spoiler territory, so I can't talk about a lot of that stuff. Jeff Goldblum's dialogue toward the end of the film is actually some of the best dialogue in the whole movie, only because I don't think he had a script. I just think he was saying what the rest of the audience members are going to be thinking. He says things like, I don't really like Jurassic World. Yeah, I feel you. And there's way too many plots going on. It just becomes convoluted. And another line that Goldblum says is, yeah, great, we can get the thing now and go home, right? And that's exactly how I was feeling. They do try to shove in a couple-minute dinosaur battle at one point in the movie, and it's for no good reason, just to make this movie about dinosaurs, so that way you have it if you're a Jurassic Park fan, I guess. I don't know what the mindset was there. But I think the biggest mistake this movie makes is right at the beginning of the movie, where they kind of explain that dinosaurs are actually, they've been living with us for a while. It took a ridiculous time jump, and it's like, yeah, we're just kind of used to it now. We're just kind of used to these dinosaurs doing things. And I'm not going to give anything away, but all I could say is by the end of the movie, no problem is resolved. I mean, maybe with the bugs that are in this film, but no problem having to do with dinosaurs being in the world is solved. I just actually would have rather had seen a movie where dinosaurs just kind of go around and eat all these main characters. That would have been a better movie, because it would have been more believable than what actually happens at the end of this film, and it's ridiculous. Guys, Jurassic World Dominion is a no-go. Honestly, don't even waste your money. It's ridiculous. I mean, if you want to see it and form your own opinion, okay, but just don't say I didn't warn you. This is a really terrible movie. I really am baffled by how bad this was, in my opinion, at the very least. All right, guys, I've been Don Martino. What did you guys think of Dominion? If you did go to see it, do you agree with me? Do you disagree? It's cool, man. Film is subjective. Either way you look at it, it's all good. But comment below, let me know. Are you excited for Jurassic World Dominion as well? Did this make your excitement level go down, or are the things that I said that I didn't like things that you think you might be interested in? Let me know in the comments below as well. I would love to have a conversation with you about it. All right, guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, and hit the bell for notifications. I've been Don Martino, and I will talk to you guys later.